We're live.
We live?
Yep.
We live, baby? We
We
live?
live, baby. We live.
Okay. Okay. Oh, love being in Cali. You know why? Because it's winter time and I got the top drop. It's still a little chilly because it's dawn. But you know, we're ones of fresh air. We love fresh air. And the air is fresh out here because there's more trees in these poles. In New York, there's so much different poles. It's crazy. But today I'm here to talk to you about holistic health. Right? With my lovely wife. Hey, y'all calm down back there. Here to talk to y'all about holistic health and relationships. Oh yeah. Why? Because when people say, like, how does you and your wife maintain this solid relationship? See what she got in her hand? We got his and her green juices and ginger shots. Show me your ginger shot. See?
Right.
Not a shot of vodka, shot of ginger,
Right.
with lime juice, key lime, and cayenne pepper.
Yep.
We take it straight to the head. Pause. Yeah.
Comment.
And then of course we got the kale apple ginger. That's what we do. Dope. Isn't she lovely? And we're also about to go work out. About to do some isometrics, coherent heart breathing, and some rolling. Yeah, we're gonna do some rolling. Y'all probably don't even know what rolling is, but we be rolling. We be rolling. That's to get rid of the scar tissues. We be getting rid of the scar tissues from exercise. Because what happens is your muscles tend to create a little congestion. And what happens is basically the threads in your muscles become like spaghetti. You know, sometimes when you're balling spaghetti, you have to loosen it up because they start sticking together. Well, that's how the strands of muscles become. So you got to roll them out. And also, scar tissue causes them to band together like that. So you got to roll out the scar tissue. This is what people get deep massages for. But if you know how to do rolling properly, the masseuse will be obsolete for the most part. Though a massage expert can still do you well, this is when you do your self-massage. You become your own masseuse, and that's pretty dope.
Right.
But these are the things that's necessary, because if you're sick, you become irritable. And that's why you need to have someone like an Aminette in the house, in the building, because what she does is she keeps the family's health intact. What kind of food you be cooking for us? Or what you cooked for us recently?
What I did the spelt pasta with some okra, some plum tomatoes, some red onions.
Dope.
Ooh, what did you cook?
Don't get into what I do.
Yeah.
Don't get into what I do.
Well, that's, my specialty is the pastas with okra in it, or I like the
What kind of flour are you using when you make us bread or you cook us pasta? What kind of flour are you using?
I like using a spelt pasta. I use between the spelt or the kamut.
Kamut, the spelt grains and flours?
Yes.
All right.
Those are my favorite grains.
Now, if you want to do some deep cleaning in terms of flours or grains,
The amaranth.
you know that. Say it again.
That amaranth?
Yeah, that amaranth is real.
Dangerous.
Look at that afro in the air, looking like a tree. The only thing on the planet look like that is the trees, natural.
Look at the palm tree.
Look at that. Get it in. This is when you can't drink and drive.
True.
can't wait to get that ginger shot though. But yeah, man, this is what it is. This is what it do. That's what it is now. That's what it always be. I never changed. This was always me.
I never change.
That's our song. Jay-Z loves it. Love his music. You know, Jay is the only rapper in the Hip Hop Hall of Fame for writing. I mean, not hip hop. He's the only Hall of Famer that's a songwriter from the hip hop community. I think that's dope. Went to the Grammy Museum. That's when I found that out. For what it's worth. Not to say he's the only dope lyricist or writer, obviously. But I didn't know any of us was in there, so that's pretty cool. Jay's come a long way. Rightfully so. He wrote a lot of his, especially Dr. Dre joint. Nowadays, everybody want to talk. They got something to say.
That comes out when they move live. Just a bunch of gibberish. Act like you forgot about Dre.
He wrote Dr. Dre's verse for that. That was pretty cool. But yeah, the reason why I did this, I was just here like, man, you know what? Aminette and I are about to go through our workout together. That's what people gotta do. You gotta read together. You gotta work out together. And reading is what I call mental calisthenics. I call reading mental calisthenics. So you should read together. We talking about holistic health, and when we talk about holistic health, we're talking about not just eating to the best of your ability. We're also talking about in its entirety. So we're consuming different ideas just like we're consuming different foods. And we also have to exercise. But why should one party in a relationship do all the exercise or do most of the reading? You know, so we travel together, which is part of the health experience. It's part of approaching health from a holistic standpoint. You have to travel.
Right.
Otherwise, you become stagnated in energy. Things become redundant, and redundancy voids the brain. There always has to be the element of surprise. There has to be the element of surprise or mystery. What do I mean by that? By the element of surprise and mystery, we mean that your relationship will come to an end. Granted, there's nothing new going on. The both of you can't just be going to work every day, paying the bills and seeing each other when you can on your off time or free time, and when y'all are around each other, you're probably tired. You have to travel. You have to get around different landscapes, different sceneries. The aesthetics does a lot for your mind. It's still information nonetheless.
Right.
That's right. So you have to travel with each other, experience different weather, experience different people, experience different types of foods. While doing so, you also want to exercise with each other. You want to jog with each other. You want to work out with each other. You want to read with each other. So that way you grow with each other. If one party is into the exercise or into the reading, wants to travel but doesn't travel, what's going to wind up happening is you're going to create a gap between you and your spouse.
Right.
And thus one party tends to outgrow the other party. One party in a relationship tends to outgrow the other party in a relationship. And you don't want that to happen. And that's what's happening too much in our community because we're not doing things together. The important things. And that's why I say in order to keep the relationship together, in order to really establish that cohesive relationship, you have to approach your relationship from a holistic standpoint. It's the most healthiest aspect. To have one person praying one way and the other one praying the other way, I know that's difficult. But if y'all must, see if you can put it together. Don't be afraid to be innovative and create something that you and your partner share. I'm sure God won't have a problem with that. Because this is all about your sacred union. So we're not talking about you compromising the integrity of your spirituality, but you can't be in opposing spiritualities. Because if you are in opposed to each other's spirituality, you are in opposed to each other.
Right.
So find the through line, find the medium between the two. And you know, I may not have any school credentials in relationship psychology, sociology, but I have been with my wife. I'm in Tumray for 19 years. We have managed to sustain a polygynous relationship for over 11 years now together, as old as our daughter is, because that's when it was initiated, just a little before my Hotel Tumray. So I believe credential should be consistent with the amount of time people been together as well. Now, I think 19 years is credential enough. When I say think, that's a underestimation that I'm doing on purpose. It's definitely an underestimation. Oh, damn, let's crash. Yeah, so when I say think, that's definitely an underestimation. I know. Okay, let's get these shots, baby. Oh, man.
Nope.
I'll pull over. You know. Shots worse than vodka. You hit these. Woo! This thing like 60 proof right here. Ginger, boy. Well, you want to, we gonna work out. So we want to start the morning off with something to get the body active. Okay, so as I told you before, if you had to start the day off with a fruit, start off with a pear, start off with a apple, watermelon, or start off with an apple. Like the homie Powerful was breaking down. These are the very fruits that they make us subconsciously go against or be reluctant to consume, because they've indoctrinated us falsely when it comes to these certain shapes in history. And it's done on purpose because obviously they don't want us to be healthy. So we talk about the pear-shaped woman, and no woman wants to look pear-shaped. Though I'm saying, when you think about it, that's actually a sister that I'm interested in, the pear-shaped woman. Because me personally, I like her thick below the waist, more so than thick up top. Yeah, she's big up top and bottom, great. She's voluptuous, I'm with it. But you know, if I gotta pick between boobs and booty, I'm going for the booty, right? But that's a whole nother thing. But the reality is, they made pear-shaped something derogatory. And women don't want to be pear-shaped, they want to be shaped like the number 8. And the watermelon, we normally associate watermelon to slavery, so don't nobody want to eat no watermelon because they don't want to look like no slaves. And then the apple is a forbidden fruit because Eve ate the apple in the Garden of Eden. Yet these are the 3 number 1 fruits that you can consume to start your day, to preemptively get the stomach active and ready for the rest of the day. All right, it gets the hydrochloric acid and the mucous membrane lining of the stomach prepared for the rest of the day. It gets the HCl of the stomach, hydrochloric acid, and the mucous membrane lining of the stomach prepared for the rest of your day of consumption. You don't want to just pull the plug on your computer and shut it down. You don't want to just pull the plug on your computer and shut it down. Of course you don't want to do that. But let's get a look. You don't want to pull the plug on your computer and just shut it down, but at the end of the day, the reality is you want to gradually make the adjustments that you have to make. And when you make those adjustments, then you're good money. When you make those adjustments, then you're good money. Dry cleaners. Boom. Let's get these right here. Hold on, yeah. Is this the dry cleaner you was talking about?
Mm-hmm.
Not this one?
Mm-mm. It's closer to the other spot.
where we live at, or over here? Dang. Someone told me they pretty good. What time they open?
Oh, this one is pretty good because it says 1 hour.
That's what I need. I want to have my stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
Did this.
We're open now.
Let's get this ginger shot. About to take these ginger shots. About to take these ginger shots. Let me see. Let's see. I wonder if that works. Hold on. There we go. You get a little closer and we got it. There we go. Okay. You want to have your kale apple ginger ready because, needless to say, this is going to hit the throw a little bit. This is a lot too. This is more than just a regular shot, actually. This is like 2 shots.
They looked out. Ready?
I'm trying to get her right. I'm trying to, hopefully I get her 2 ginger shots.
Let's go.
She be womb ready.
For life.
Because we're live, we're going front. Like this has no effect on us. We do this all the time.
I'm good.
I'm good too.
Yeah, huh?
I'm great. I'm absolutely great. You got more?
Mm-hmm.
Top me off. See, this our liquor.
Gotta re-up.
Kale apple ginger. That ginger good for the heart. That cayenne pepper great for blood circulation. That kale definitely good for the eyes, vitamin K. And it's high in iron fluorine, the type of iron that our people need. Not the ones you get from meat. It'll diffuse the momentum of anemia.
Did that.
We did that. We do that. We does that. This is what we do.
Facts.
Come on, give me some. I ain't got none of that on me.
No,
All
you
right.
have nothing on you.
All right, all right. Poke from that damn lipstick.
No.
Put that to the side.
Okay. This one doesn't come off like that.
Yeah.
Nah.
About to continue our trip. Continue our journey.
Let me check out this cleaner.
Yeah. That's cool though. That's dope. That's dope. That's dope. We in here.
Chill.
Gotta make sure we in here. We out here and we in here at the same time. We was courtside yesterday.
That was fun.
Like we always courtside. That's what we do. That's what we do.
We went in the bag a little yesterday.
Definitely went in our LA bag. We's having a good time.
Right.
Like, nah, we gotta get back to what we do. Yeah, we wanted to see how it feels just to calm down, dress moderately, relax.
Right. I mean,
now we
so
like
cool too.
Yeah, but now we back in our bag. We gotta do this right. People need to know we there. They need to know that when we there. They gotta know that. You know, this is what we do. You know, we gotta make the consciousness look as amazing and fun as it really is.
I agree.
So I don't always want to come off as the conscious brother that's always yelling and screaming and upset about conditions. Nah, we also got to show that we're happy that we're conscious.
Because we are.
We're extremely happy that we're conscious. That's what this is about. So when we pop out, we do a quarter for this.
ready to go.
She's gorgeous.
Thank
Isn't she
you.
gorgeous? I gotta get her in this light. You got the shadow on you. Hold on. We gotta find a way.
Oh my gosh.
We gotta get you such a way. Damn, I can't get that shadow. Oh, you know what? It's this.
Yeah.
It's the drop. Let me see.
It's the drop, babe.
Dang. I want to see
Like,
you.
see, like this.
Sit up more.
I gotta go back.
Sit up high. Nah, that ain't gonna work. You just gotta sit up high.
I'll raise it up.
Yeah. Now do it. Man, do the convertible thing. Just sit up. Do the convertible thing. They gotta see your glory. Come on.
Oh my god.
Just get up.
What you want me to do right now? How you want
Get
me
up
to do?
above this damn thing so it can stop blocking you. There we go. Now we see her. Now we see you. That's what I'm talking about. Now I'm driving the rest of the way like this. You know I would.
No, let me buckle.
You know I have. Scary vegan. That's what I'm gonna also call her.
I am safe vegan. Okay.
Scary vegan.
Come on, buckled up.
Man, I get her danger from me.
The act is crazy. That's your baby. Let's go. I'm ready.
There you go.
Yeah.
Alright.
I'm strapped in.
Yeah.
I'm buckled up.
Let's go. Let's go. Thank y'all for coming in.
Feels good.
Thank you for the beautiful things you're saying about Aminette.
Thanks for joining us, fam.
That's right.
I'm ready to work out.
Me too. I'm ready to get it in. I'm super ready to get it in. Super ready. Let's get it. Wow. Let's get it. Beautiful sunny day. Beautiful. We about to go hard, man. I'm telling you, man. She'll let you know. Like, I go super hard. I be doing like 15, 20 different things.
Honestly, watching him work out makes my muscles tired. Like, I'm like, he bounces around like every machine. And he's doing push-ups. He's going in. I'm like, there's no camp here. Like, he's just going in. I'm like, oh my God. I get exhausted. Then I say, you know what? That has to be motivation for me.
I like to believe that I have a trainer just forcing me to keep going, pushing myself.
Right.
So
I can see that.
I just go hard. I push it. And then, well, first thing we do, we about to hit that jacuzzi.
Okay. Yeah. Because we didn't get to do that yesterday.
We didn't get to do it yesterday. We had to run out and get ready to do the floor seats and all that and hit the game because that traffic is nuts heading to the Staples Center.
Right.
So it's important. In order for us to keep the workout going every day, we have certain things that we do ritualistically where our bodies can repair so we can go back to work again.
Right.
So we got to do a video on those rituals.
Okay.
Yeah, so people be asking for conscious lectures. This is the most conscious lecture you can get. Relationships. Because how so many people conscious and don't got no relationships? You know why? Because the leadership doesn't really talk about relationships. So you following people and they don't break down relationships. They break down problems, but they don't break down how to really establish that union amongst each other. That's where the problem is. You know, hate the white man, hate the white man, hate the white man. What about love your husband or love your wife? There's more hate doctrine than there is love doctrine. What about raise the children? What about homeschooling? What about holistic health as it relates to relationships? Come on, the damage is being done in the kitchen and in the bedroom. More so than what this pale beast can ever do. The damage is taking place in the kitchen, the food that's being cooked, in the bedroom, where you make love, and in the living room, where you watch the TV.
Right.
And you're subject to all sorts of hideous ideas about black men and black women on TV.
True.
That's where the problem is. These are facts. So we got to address what's taking place in the kitchen, in the living room, and in the bedroom in order for us to take things to a whole another level. To bring it to another level in our community, we got to address the kitchen, the living room, and the bedroom. And then we can talk about what takes place in the bathroom. Because once you do the right thing in the kitchen, the bathroom becomes more relevant as you're going through your process. These are facts.
Yes.
Yeah, so this is motivation. I don't always want you to think of conscious men as people who are always yelling and screaming and angry about something. I want you to see conscious men as fathers. Like, when's the last time you looked at a conscious brother teaching in the community and said, man, fatherhood or husband? Tell the truth. How many times do you see these brothers in the community teaching? And they may be very good at whatever it is they're good at. But how many times do you really think husband and father? What is it that they're teaching that makes you think husband and father? See, that's where we got to focus on. We focus so much on this white man. We don't focus enough on ourselves and say, okay, we've identified who's caused a lot of the trouble in our community. We identified it. Now that we've identified it, let's come back home and let's cook right for each other. Let's make sure the husband and the wife can heal the family or sustain the health of the family through proper nutrition. Let's make sure we know the relationship nuances that can keep our relationship together for years to come. But most importantly, you need examples of it too. You gotta have a reference. The reason why I do these videos is because I didn't have a reference. I didn't have a reference for a mother and father in my house. I don't know what it looked like. I never knew what it looked like. My wife and I had to wing it because we both grew up in households where the father and the mother weren't together. We had one parent or no parents at all. I actually went through having no parents at all. I had a parent for 8 years old, then boom, I had no parents. I had a grandparent, then she went to the nursing home. So I don't even know what it looks like, nor did I ever have a reference in my community for how a man and a woman sustain a relationship and raise a child. I wasn't part of that concept, nor did I see that concept in my neighborhood. So by the time I had a child, I just had to use logic and read things that I felt made sense and make errors as a young parent. It just so happens that we decided to have a child when we already grew into consciousness, so we did pretty good. We still had some pitfalls, granted, because again, we had no point of reference. But Aminette and I did extremely well because our child meant that much to us, and we actually planned our child. We didn't want to have a child until we felt we was comfortable and secure with our consciousness. We actually planned our child. That's a fact. In fact, every child I have was actually planned. Not one baby I got wasn't planned. Absolute facts. Not one. But I can tell you it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing when you can grow wise with each other in a relationship. Beautiful thing. Yeah. Facts. So this is the V we don't mind putting mileage on. I got it was dope because blue, and I'm over here still celebrating the memory of my homie Moolah. My man Mookie. So I've been back in my blue bag in memory of my brother. The only reason I started wearing gold and everything is because, you know, when I was banging, my whole world just revolved around blue all the time. Blue, gray, orange. You only was gonna see me in those colors. So I was like, you know what, since it's another stage in my life, I'm gonna find some different colors and wean my way out of some of that culture. Because with some of that culture came some of its complexities and some of its shortcomings. So I wanted to give myself enough time to grow, to heal, and to have a different frame of mind. So I actually stopped wearing blue for a long period of time just because the color's association to my history. But now I'm good again. Now I'm straight. But that's how things are. We got to deal with each other on a psychological level. The main reason it's hard for people to stop eating certain foods. The main reason it's hard for people to stop eating certain foods is because they enjoy the foods from the time they were young. And therefore, it's not so much the food that's addictive all the time, it's the emotional connection to the food, because you celebrated your greatest moments, whether it was the prom, the first time you had sex, sporting events, your favorite music. We normally have a food that's associated with it. And whether we realize it or not, there's memories connected to those tastes. And in fact, if you look downwards, you access memories to the way something smells. It's a fact. You look downward, you access that part of the brain that stores the memory for how something smells. And you'll realize when you start reminiscing on the past and great moments, you start up here and then you wind up down here just thinking like, man, that was deep. And what you wind up doing is eating right after that. I'm telling you, you're addicted to the memories and the emotions associated with the foods that you ate during those times, not so much the food itself. And that's why it's so hard for you to separate yourself or detach or refrain from eating certain foods that you've grown accustomed to eating to solve your problems during different intervals in your life. Oh man, you know what, boo? Berries. Love that recipe.
Right.
I'm here like, green juice it is. The emotions connected to berries. It's a great restaurant I like to eat from out here. I just really eat the Neptune spaghetti.
Oh, well, it's breakfast time. We should have went to Real Food Daily.
Real Food Daily. Nah, they only do it on the weekends now.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Real Food Daily dope, but their lasagna is nuts. Their vegan lasagna is woo!
Yeah, Creations is good too.
That's a fact. Veggie grill for the burger, the Beyond Burger. Veggie grill for the burger, fries and cheese. Real Food Daily for the lasagna. Berries for that Neptune spaghetti.
Right.
Creation for all the slick stuff, the slick tacos and
The juice.
yeah, they get it in.
The bowls.
Sun Cafe for their mash and gravy and biscuits.
Right. And they have a nice green juice too.
Gotta love LA. Gotta love it. Because the vegan culture is exceptionally high out here. People are very responsive and receptive to the vegan culture. So you can just drive, like I can pull over literally 2 blocks back or 3 blocks forward and I can get whatever I need as a vegan.
Yeah. And
It's so accessible out here.
Sequoia.
And because it's so accessible out here, it's not as costly, but you gotta consider if you live in this neighborhood, then it shouldn't be as costly because living in this neighborhood comes with its own cost. So the presumption is you can afford the food.
Right.
And that's why you gotta work hard. But being vegan is not an expensive task, depending on how you approach it. The way we approach it is an expensive task because we just on another level of how we doing this thing right here.
You look dark. Is this?
Yeah.
You can't do. You just put the top on. You'll be fine.
Put the top on. Put the top on. And you think it'll come out better?
Yeah.
I'll pull over, finish up this juice.
Okay.
You bought yeah, you good. We're gonna gonna hit the jacuzzi. Got your towels and everything. You know, I got my trunks on ready. I ain't playing. No, dope thing is when you got more than one crib and you say, man, I like the jacuzzi at this crib more than the other crib, or I like the gym at this crib. It's just a good life. Oh, the retired life is great. I'll be back though. I'll be back. But right now, you gotta enjoy yourself. I feel so good, man. That's why I'm like, when you get into an environment and the people start becoming the stress, and you gotta change your diet, because people are part of the dietary regimen as well. And this community is so hell-bent on speaking about their struggles that when someone starts progressing, it makes them angry because it contradicts the narrative. The whole doctrine is about who's struggling, so they can't appreciate somebody succeeding. And if someone is succeeding, they spend so much time on Illuminati conspiracies and all sorts of other conjecture and rhetoric that what winds up happening is anytime someone's doing good amongst them, let's find a conspiracy. There has to be a conspiracy associated with this success or this wealth, because everything has a conspiracy. If all they doing is studying freaking conspiracies and who's a Tom and who's a coon and who's a cracker and all these negative, disagreeable terms, then you won't be able to appreciate the finer things in life when it's presented to them. They gotta always think it comes with some kind of fix or some kind of trick. Bro, we should head over there. Yeah, we about to head over there. Let's take a little walk. Farmers market.
Okay.
Go on the farmers market and enjoy ourselves. I be whipping it. It's my dance. Okay, y'all. Let's see. This place is dope. You gotta get here. You ain't doing nothing if you ain't here. Not doing nothing if you don't come here in LA. This is the Grove. This is the Grove. Yeah. Alright, family. We love y'all. Love y'all, we love y'all, we love y'all. Thanks for the family that said they got Jules at the 34-minute mark. Young Gluten, or Glutton. I believe it's not Gluten, pardon me. G Major. Appreciate you. Hey, bye, boo.
Peace, fam.
I said say bye, boo. You and Matt. Always catch them. Alright, we love you all. Iluvu, that means perpetual success. That's what we wish for all of you. Thank you for listening. We really appreciate you. We did this together, not just us two, with y'all. Let's motivate and inspire each other to do great. Peace and love.